Hello, everyone. You might notice that I no longer have hair. Um, Mike and I, Mike, come here. So, my husband decided to go bald with me as well. And I actually have to say that I think it was really hard when um, they were initially cutting it. But afterwards, when I was able to finally look in the mirror, for some reason, that was the first time that I've actually been able to recognize myself for a long time. It seems like when you get MS, there's no visible signs other than maybe shaky hands or the inability to walk, but for the most part, during this journey, I've lost or I've regained things, and people really haven't seen the true battle of what is going on in my body. And so, to me, my bald head kind of signified that I could recognize where I was truly at. And not only that, but when I looked in the mirror, not only did I see a beautiful person, but I also saw a warrior. And I do feel like because I didn't allow my MS to take away my hair, I took away my hair myself, it gave me the control I needed to continue to battle this disease. Now, my treatment has been pushed out. I currently have a urinary tract infection, which is due to MS. Unfortunately, that is one of the most common infections that you get just because your body no longer functions normally. And then also they need to do a little bit with my teeth. So, word of advice to anybody who's planning on going through this procedure: make sure you go to your dentist beforehand and get your teeth checked out, and make sure that all of your cavities or any root canals, that type of thing, are dealt with before you go in. But Johns Hopkins was great because they actually had a dentist on site who was willing to see me in a very short period of time. But it's not as hard as you think losing your hair. We actually bought a couple wigs. If you are strapped for cash, I would suggest finding a wig retailer near you, or maybe the American Cancer Society. They gave me a free wig, but my husband and I bought an additional one, and it is definitely expensive. So if your insurance won't cover it, which usually under the diagnosis of MS they won't, I would suggest trying to find a wig shop or something close by and see if you can't get something that's a little bit cheaper. We ended up spending $500 on a wig for me, but my husband, as always, showed me true and unconditional love today. I think without him, I wouldn't have been able to manage it or process it as quickly as I did. He was so loving and so kind, and once I lost my hair, my first reaction, my first response wasn't to look in the mirror, but it was to look at him and just to see him look at me the way that he always has through this disease, just as who I am, not as what the disease has done. Relieved that part of my heart that was worried or concerned that he would no longer find me beautiful. And Kathy at Johns Hopkins, she was wonderful. We went in and we bought a couple scarves, and we also bought the wig, but she also did my makeup at the same time. So she shaved my head and then she did my makeup afterwards. And just having that moment where you can look in the mirror and say, regardless of whether or not I have my hair, I'm still beautiful. That was priceless. Today we not only did the wig thing, we also did the dentist today. They did the x-rays and that type of thing. And we also finished up some of the heart scans that they needed to complete, and the chest x-rays. So it's been an incredibly long day and a little bit emotionally draining, but also incredibly empowering, because this disease doesn't get me. I might have given up my hair, but in the end, I get to win. So, for everyone out there, just know I feel stronger than ever emotionally, and even though I'm tired, my spirit's ready to keep on going. So, love you all, and signing off.